So basically, the way Pint Glass started was, it's Ben and Barney. Like they're obviously they're like Ben's. If you don't know Ben Mason, he's the singer of Bound in Fear, which is like a down tempo deathcore band, and Barney Warner is the singer of Replacer, which is like a horrendously down tuned fucking beat down band. But like they're fucking. I've had the pleasure of seeing both bands live, and they're sick live. Like they're so fucking heavy, like really entertaining as well. Great energy, which is, for a band like Bound in Fear, you'd think they'd be like all statues playing fucking down in fucking drops. They're just going strong, 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 but fucking live. They're really energetic live, which is great. Like it's great to see. So yeah, like Ben and Barney are like best mates, and as obviously I came in a little bit later, but as far as I remember, like basically it just Pint Glass was born out of like Ben and Barney playing video games, and Barney turns around and says, "Ben, do you know what? We should start a beatdown band about working on site and doing geezer call outs and drinking Stella." And Ben was like, "I'll be around tomorrow." And they literally recorded. They wrote and recorded the first single, "Hive Is Hate," like in a day and put it online. And like Ben like DM'd me, like, because me and Ben have been friends for a little while because we've played together. I met Ben when he was playing drums in Carbine, and No Second Chance played with Carbine and Pay No Respect as part of Pay No Respect's farewell tour, and that's how me and Ben became friends. And yeah, he messaged me saying like, this is some fucking jokey beatdown thing I've done with my mate. What do you think? And I was like, dude, this is the funniest shit I've ever heard. Like, it's just fucking stupid.
The lyrics, man. The lyrics are just fucking hilarious.
Where's my tea? I'll fucking put you down a portaloo.
Get up the ladder or I'll stab you in the bladder.
Yeah, man. I was just fucking creasing for days afterwards. And like I could just see it like just blowing up like on the internet. And
it did. That's the thing. It did. You had like all these like reaction channels like Slam and Salmon, hardcore.
Slam and Salmon. There's I can't remember his name, but there's this geezer who done the whole EP, like reacted to the whole EP, and he's literally like he's just picking up, like he's just walking around and just like, and like every now and again he'll pick up his desk, his like computer chair, and just throw it across the room.
It's the Geezacore. It's the Geezacore. It's the Geezacore. Hold
I gotta see this.
Oh mate, I can't remember his name. It's this black dude. Like he's done loads of reactions. But yeah, he's fucking like I was just creasing the whole time. But yeah, I'm just watching all this unfold, and I'd retire. I'd consider myself retired from playing music at that point, like being in bands. Like after leaving Cold Hard Truth, I was like, no, I don't want to do it no more. And then like I just kept listening to this song and like just kept seeing everything. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, why not? It's something I've never done before, and I'm a firm believer of like if you believe in something, do it. And I honestly thought, I can see this has so much potential, like so much potential for just dicking around without a care in the world. And I can honestly see this popping off live. And so I just messaged Ben and said, like, you know what? Yeah, if you're ever going to do Pint Glass live and you want a drummer, fucking hit me up. And He was like, oh, do you know what? I was about to ask you the same question. I was like, snap. There we go. Sorted.
Sealed the deal right there, man. I mean, yeah, the online reaction already. I mean, that the way the Geezer EP has been out since October 2019, and it had all the reactions, and it sort of spread through word of mouth. I think you guys, it starts with Geezacore starts with Pint Glass. Where it goes from there, who knows? But
That's another thing that made me laugh as well when Ben sent me Hive is Hate and I just saw the word Geezacore and I was like, what the fuck, man? Geezacore, what the fuck is that? Like, that's just fucking.
How would you like define like for example, if you got like sort of like people from outside of the UK? I mean, what would you define geezer and sort of the topics? Because it's sort of like it's a very distinctly British thing. It's a distinctly English thing.
Yeah,
with mention of full Englishes, Stella pints.
So basically, geezer, obviously, well. You're an American yourself, but you grew up in this country, so you should be familiar with the term. For those who aren't familiar with it, geezer is literally just another. It's a slang word for a bloke, for a man. You know, like you say, oh yeah, I met this geezer down the pub the other day, or I'm working with this geezer in fucking this firm, or like this geezer bumped into me in the street, so I fucking caved his head in. It's just another way of saying dude or. Yeah, geezer. I don't know where the term originates from. You know, Google it if you're really interested. But obviously, I grew up in London, and everybody in London says geezer, so it's just one of those things.
They do, especially the ones of a Cockney nature.
Yeah, exactly. But the way that Pint Glass stereotypes geezer, if well, for lack of a better words, like the stereotype of the geezer is like, yeah, just some fucking drunkard that works on a building site and likes fighting. That's all it is, really.
Yeah. That'd be a definition I could get by.
Yeah, you know, it's not like specific to any class or race of geezer. It's just a geezer that works on a building site, likes drinking and fighting. That's pretty much what all the Pint Glass songs are about in some way or other. You know, the entomology, I suppose, are the subjects. The basics of Pint Glass is working on site, Stella, pubs, pub food, you know, just shit like that, and just sort of twisted into like sort of how you'd write a beat down song or how you'd write a death metal song, like, you know, making it violent and funny, I suppose, because that's the thing with Pint Glass. It has to be, like we said when we decided to be more serious about it, it has to be funny, you know, it has to be funny. You know, you got to listen to a Pint Glass song, at least find something in it that makes you laugh, be it like the wackiness of the lyrics or like the heaviness. Like that's basically it, you know.
It definitely shows as well, especially in the entire EP, to be honest, like, because you got elements of sort of like your beat down, almost like your slam death metal.
Yeah.
And yeah,
because it's all music that we're all into, you know, like we don't, none of us in the band are genre specific, you know, like we all listen to hip hop, we all listen to death metal, we all listen to pop music, we listen to, if we like it, we like it, you know. It's one of them ones, you know. We're not fucking militantly like, I only listen to beatdown, like it's not like that. And I'm not saying that a lot of people in beatdown bands are like that, but I know some people are. And you know, that's fine, you know. If that's your thing, then go for it, man. As long as you're happy, you're not hurting anybody. We'll come back to that one again.
Yeah, there's a big audience for that kind of music, anyways. It brings in the crowds for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for them to go fucking nuts.
Fucking, I tell you what, like we were lucky enough to squeeze a couple of gigs in before the first lockdown, and they were just fucking wild. They were absolutely fucking wild. Like the first show we did down in Southampton, that was with Your Demise 2004. Hang on, excuse me. Now I got trap wind. I'll tell you what, I was lucky, changing the subject slightly. I was lucky to make it out here in time, because after I had my dinner and like gave Philip a bath and put it into bed, like my arse just exploded. Like seriously, fuck. Like, well, I honestly, I was scared. So I wasn't going to make it out here. Like I didn't want to be that guy to be like, we've made all the arrangements, and then like, oh yeah, I'm not coming. I've got diarrhea in it.
Like, don't worry about it, mate.
I'm not even joking. Yeah, I've got a turkey foil thing here, just in case I have an accident, you know.
One thing I was going to mention just before that, like with the COVID lockdown and everything, that hasn't exactly stopped Pint Glass from releasing a split EP with the band Strangled.
Nope.
And
Nope. The only thing that it's really stopped us from doing is playing shows. You know, like we've still like we're quite fortunate in the way that the fan base is so fucking like, it's amazing like how dedicated the fan base is. Like, you know, we said, okay, so we can't go out and play gigs at the moment, but obviously, you know, but we've marketed ourselves as this like satirical, funny band. So, you know, let's just dick around on social media. Let's just entertain people, you know, because, you know, we're all locked down. We ain't got fuck all to do. And some people are finding it harder than others. So even just like a stupid picture of a fucking Portaloo or a skip, you know, and like people, it's anything to put a smile on people's faces, but it's still relevant to what Pint Glass is about, man. And
it works.
You know, like the merch sales are quite consistent. So thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. You know, like that's helping us fund future projects. And eventually, when we do get back on the road, you know, we want to have a really proper stage set, you know, with like road cones and fucking site safety notices and shit. We're not fucking about, man. We're not fucking about.
You briefly mentioned before that you had just a few gigs before the lockdown came into effect. I mean, what were those like?
Yeah, they were fucking ridiculous. Like, it was like, I mean, I don't want to like belittle any of the other bands that played, because the first show we did was in Southampton with Your Demise 2004. And like I said, I don't want to belittle any of the other bands on the bill, but everyone was there to see Pint Glass, and that's just, for me, that's just crazy, you know, first ever gig. And it just kicked off. Like there was people there like wearing fucking high vis and shit. Like it's just ridiculous. And we hadn't even like made it public that we were going to wear high vis on stage, even though we do. And I just couldn't believe it. And then it just absolutely fucking kicked off like when we played. And you know, it was no means perfect. You know, like it was our first gig. We'd only played together as bands like 2, maybe 3 times. And you know, it went really fucking well. And then like a couple of weeks later, we had a hometown show in Guildford, because the band's based in Guildford, with Street Soldier, and that sold out. Like it was a fucking sellout show. And again, you know, I sincerely regret that I didn't stick around to watch Street Soldier, not because I didn't want to, but because I had to. The next day, I had to go to the hospital because my missus was pregnant, and we were gonna. Obviously, this is the 20-week scan or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So, not something I could miss. So I literally played, packed up my shit, and left. And you know, I was gutted because I really wanted to see Street Soldier, but I'm sure we'll our paths will cross again once all this nonsense is over and done with, and we can start gigging again.
It's just that fine art of balancing fun and life.
Yeah, especially when you're in your 30s like us. Fucking
fucking hell, don't remind me.
Nah.
Coming back, because I was going to mention the split EP that you had with Strangled, because I liked how that was sort of laid out, because you had 2 tracks from the band Strangled, two tracks from Pint Glass, and then both bands sort of meet in the middle for the track. I was at 7.26, I think it was called.
Yeah, that's I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what that means. I'd have to ask one of the guys from Strangled what it means. I don't remember. But basically, this is the cool thing, like having people like Ben and Barney in the band. They're really sociable. Like they chat to everybody, and especially like bands that they like. And like Ben actually sent me the first Strangled EP, and I was like, mate, this is sick. Like it's just heavy, just fucking angry. Like it's everything that I like in heavy music, like blast beats, breakdowns, fucking vocals, and like it's just chaos. Like the whole thing was just chaos. Like, yes, I fucking love this. And then because obviously every band has a group chat, so we're dicking away in the group chat, and then Ben turns around and is like, "Oh yeah, like the next release is going to be a split with Strangled," and I'm like, "Sick, hell yeah, why not, man? Why not? You know, they're awesome bands. They're based in Oklahoma as well, which is also great. You know, you got a UK band and a US band on the same record." And it turns out that they're like really big Pint Glass fans as well. So, you know, the whole thing was just like, the whole thing, the whole process was so smooth. Like, obviously, Strangled churned out their tracks. Where the Geezer, like Ben and Barney wrote and recorded everything themselves. The Strangled split, I wrote both the Pint Glass tracks because. Yeah, because I had the ideas and the time to do it, and also like Barney didn't have he was obviously it's difficult, like this the start of lockdown, and a lot of people were out of jobs as well, and Barney was struggling, so he didn't have the time to put into it. So I was like, well, yeah, I've got this, leave it with me. So I wrote the instrumentals and probably about 50% of the lyrics, and then Ben and Barney done the rest, and yeah, it fucking came out really fucking good. And props to Michael from Strangled for mixing and mastering the whole thing. Like he runs Slamnasium Studios in Oklahoma. So if you're a band and looking for a good deal with, like, obviously listen to Strangled, listen to the Strangled and Pint Glass split, and those are all his productions. So yeah, if you want some fucking meaty sounding record for a good price, like go hit him up. Yeah, Slamnasium Recordings.
I got to talk about the lyric video for No More Disrespect, because I ended up showing that to even people that don't even listen to metal, and they all laughed. They all creased.
Mission accomplished. Sick.
They all creased at all the lyrics that were coming up, especially like the bit where you had Jack Daniels ball to the head in the Jack Daniels font. That was a clever little touch.
Yeah, that was the geezer that done the lyric video. That was obviously, I mean, I had nothing to do with that. Like, it was Ben that sorted that out. But whoever's idea that was, you know, that was a great touch. Like,
drag his corpse to the Portaloo.
Get the fucking loo. Yeah, fucking all the stuff about Portaloos, man. Like, come on, man. Like, toilet humor. It's the oldest joke. It's the oldest joke in the world, and it's still funny.